Welcome back everyone to DIY December Day 6, where I show you all of my DIY tips and tricks in a budget-friendly way. For today's tutorial, we are going to talk about how I made my seating chart for under 50 bucks. And yes, in order to make this, you do need a Cricut, and also I've linked all my materials for this on my storefront. For time's sake, I am going to make this into a two-part tutorial, but for today, we are going to focus on what we need to do on our computers in order to make this happen. So let's get the ball rolling. As always, I created my design in Canva. If you love it and wanted to, check out my Etsy shop because I do have it available for purchase on there. I love starting in Canva because everything is very user-friendly. You can change out names, fonts, types. It helps you with guides. It's just a great place to start. The size of the sign I ended up purchasing for this is 24 by 36, so that is the size of this canvas. Once you have everything designed and ready to go, if you are in Canva, I like to save them out as PNGs, but for today, I'm going to change it up. If you come up to the top right corner and hit share and then click the button download, you're going to see a little drop-down menu where you could select what you want to save this as. Today, we're going to try saving this as an SVG. It does have a crown next to it, meaning that usually it's for upgraded users. So if you are an upgraded Canva Pro member, go ahead and try this out. If you have the option to do a free trial, give it a whirl as well. And if you're not up for doing either, check out my welcome DIY side and you will see exactly how you can save this out as a PNG instead. Once this is done saving, it should appear in your downloads folder. Open up Design Space, which is the Cricut software. And on the left-hand side, select the button Upload. Click on the Browse button to then go ahead and find your SVG image. If you have it directly on your desktop, you can go ahead and click and drag and then hit open. Now be patient on this part because SVGs are usually a higher resolution image, meaning it's going to take a little longer for it to upload in here. If everything looks good with the cut image preview, you can go ahead and select upload. Then select that image and add it to your canvas. Once it appears in here, it does come in a bit small, so just scale it up a bit. On the right hand side in the layers tab, you're going to notice there's a group there. If you click the drop down, you'll see every character in there, but don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how to organize that. Before we start on that though, we want to make sure our design is to the correct size. So on the left toolbar, we're going to select the shapes button and bring in a square. Now I'm a very visual person and I want to see exactly what this is going to look like, so I'm just changing this to white to resemble my acrylic. Then come over to the middle of this toolbar and we are going to change the sizing here. Make sure you hit the unlock button and then hit 24 by 36 if you're doing the same signage as me. If your rectangle is ending up on top of your design, just slide the layer underneath the designed one and then you should be good. Now with your design selected, you want to scale this down and fit it inside that rectangle. This just ensures that everything is going to actually fit on your design when you go to Cricut it and then put it onto there. Now after scaling it, I'm really liking how this design looks. I have a little bit of breathing room on the sides and then I have enough space on the top to make my drill holes to hang this. So since I'm giving this the green light, I can go ahead and delete that rectangle I used as the guide. Now we need to clean this up a little so that when we go to cut, it's organized and it's cutting in certain sections. So when we click on the drop down, there is an overwhelming amount of characters that we just need to figure out what's going on with. If you come up to the main layer and hit the left click and ungroup, we are just ensuring that everything is separated on its own. Then we want to piece this together into certain sections so that it fits on our Cricut mat. I am using a 12 by 24 mat for this, so I just don't want to exceed those dimensions. So as you just saw, I clicked and dragged over take a C because that's going to be my first sectioned group. If you left click, you can select the word group or you can go Command G. And you can see on the right hand side where my layers tab is, a new group appeared. That just ensures me that that group is good to go. Then I am just going to do the same thing with the rest of the sign. The newlywed table with our names underneath is sectioned off as its own group. And the tables I was able to do vertically. So all of the rows I'm going to keep together. So 3, 6, 9, and 12 are one group, 2, 5, 8, 11 are another group, and 1, 4, 7, 10 are another. I found that the more I kept these tables together, the less I would have to worry about spacing when it came to transferring my Cricut design onto my acrylic. Now that all my divided sections are into groups, we actually have to change this to attach. So if you left click on a group and then go down to the attach button, you'll see it switches to attach, and that's exactly what you want to make sure all of your characters are locked in place. Once that's done, you can go to the top right and click make. And as you can see on the left hand side, it shows you all of your mats that you're going to set up and all the cuts it's going to be making. And just notice how each table row is actually fitting perfectly on each mat, so we're really good with the sizing right now. And then you should be good to go with continuing on so that you could set up your vinyl and cut with your Cricut. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys for how I made our DIY seating chart part 1. And make sure you come back tomorrow for DIY December Day 7.